In the old city, Hyderabad, and joining us is the chief of the AIMIM, Asaduddin Owaisi, a man who you always see on primetime bulletins because some statement of his would have definitely created the controversy of the day. And let me ask first that the Prime Minister has said that you are actually stopping the development in Hyderabad city. He's called you a speed breaker for as far as development in Hyderabad city is concerned. How would you respond?
The Prime Minister lies through his teeth. He should be called the Basha of lies. He should be called a jhoota, not a chowkidar. Let him come out and say that how much he has given for the metro in Old City. Thirdly, metro has definitely come to the south of Hyderabad. It is only one stretch from Dabilpura to Falaknuma, which is in progress. That work has to be started. Because of the financial crunch within the Hyderabad metro, that work is yet to start. Thirdly, the Prime Minister says about development. As a Chief Minister of Gujarat, there is a place called Juhapura in Gujarat. The whole Ahmedabad's hospital waste is dumped in Juhapura because you have nearly 95% of population of Muslims over there. Juhapura still does not have piped water. And we have, as a city, as a state, we have developed and operated now nearly 40 odd kilometers of metro. In Ahmedabad, not in 4 kilometers operated. So the Prime Minister, he lies. That's his USP. And I still challenge him, let us compare the south of Ahmedabad with the south of Hyderabad.
But sir, without going into the comparison between south of Ahmedabad and Hyderabad, when I travel and I cross the Musi River, there is a stark difference between old Hyderabad and the rest of Hyderabad. So your family has been representing this constituency for almost 3 or 4 decades. You could be accused of holding this constituency back as far as development is concerned.
My request to you is that please file an RTI application and ask for the amount of funds that have been used by the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation and the Water Board in terms of laying new roads, stormwater drains, new sewerage lines, street lights, parks, basti hospitals. Everything will come out. You can accuse me that you should have done more. I'm ready to accept that. But if you tell me that I have not done any work, that is completely wrong. Because you are demeaning the people who are still voting for me. End of the day, in this day and age, when you have social media, you have media, and electronic media, and all electronic and especially electronic media is now controlled by the Supreme Leader, Shri Narendra Modi. Now, do you think that I will not be exposed? Definitely I will be exposed. So that is why I'm saying that when everything is so transparent, yes, if you compare this area with high-tech city, it's wrong. It should not be compared because that is an area which has been developed only for software industry. But if you want to compare it, I would request you, when it rains in Hyderabad, please go to high-tech city and come here.
Okay.
There you cannot move your car. Here we have proper stormwater drain system. Here you have our culture is here, which is still intact. Whether it is any community's culture, you can feel it, you can breathe it. You have the culinary habits which are still relevant over here. So definitely this place has its own exclusiveness.
The sense of preservation, you mean?
Everything is here.
So,
but if someone comes and tells me, why don't you make it a high-tech city? I don't want to. I'm more concerned about, yes, I accept that road widening has to be done, which we have proposed. We have asked the government to give us another additional 300 crores to make this whole south of Hyderabad flood-free zone. That will definitely happen.
It's regarding polarization. The BJP often accuses you of polarizing the Muslim community, but how would you say you are different from the BJP? You accuse the BJP of polarizing the Hindu.
I am yet to use a language which Mr. Modi has just used in Varda, saying Hindu, Muslim over terrorism. Did I ever talk in that way? I have condemned ISIS. I have called them dogs of hell. I have condemned that Shaitan Masood Azhar. Does it befit the Prime Minister to speak in this language? I want to know from the Prime Minister, who was Nathuram Godse? Who were the people who killed or who butchered the Sikhs in 84 riots? Were they aliens from space? Who were the people who demolished Babri Masjid? Did they come from planet Mars? So the Prime Minister is using this politics. He is expert in that. And did any party of my member of mine said that the great Indian army of ours is a Modi Sena? Who's doing this? It is the Prime Minister and his party people, his constitutional heads are using this language to polarize. When the Chief Minister came to Hyderabad in last assembly election of UP, he said we'll throw out OIC. What is that language? When Prime Minister comes here and he says we are a speed breaker, definitely we are a speed breaker against Hindutva, against the RSS ideology. So it is who's polarizing? It is not me, but it is the Prime Minister who's leading this polarization. And it is very unfortunate that Election Commission of India is watching it. Had I made that statement of Varda, you people would have slaughtered me not once but 1,000 times. And you would have crucified me on everywhere, every channel. But because it is Modi, the media is afraid to even talk about it. This shows that the fourth pillar of our democracy has really crumbled. There are only a few journalists left who can still take on. If Owaisi talks rubbish, you can criticize him. But generally, media is pro-Modi now. It's very unfortunate. It's not good for our democracy.
Sir, but there is a population in this country who believes that you need a strong Prime Minister, especially post-Pulwama. What do you have to say to those people then?
What is strong in India is the Indian Constitution. The individual cannot get stronger than the Constitution in this country. For a country to remain strong, you have to follow the Constitution of India. If any country, as any democratic country, makes an individual stronger than the Constitution, then you're heading towards fascism and dictatorship, which I will oppose till I live.
Since you have other interviews lined up, I'll quickly end with two questions about the federal front. Why are you not a part of the Mahagathbandhan, and where do you stand as far as the federal front goes? Which KCR is leading?
No. I am with KCR. We are supporting KCR. That it's open. It's open. It's not even a secret. Gathbandhan. How can I be in Gathbandhan when I am the B team of BJP?
You are the B team of which party?
No.
Of the BJP.
No, BJP. So I am requesting His Royal Highness Shri Rahul Gandhi that please call me A team of BJP. I am willing to share the spoils which I have got from all of these party he claims to make me the A team. Please don't call me B team. I am only contesting 3 seats in India. And still there is so much of broha and hoo-ha and as if skies are going to fall. So what is this? When you say you believe in democracy, you allow that space of opposition to grow. So if not, then what is the difference between Congress and BJP? Because you claim that if you are with me, you are secular. Modi claims if you are with me, you are a nationalist. I oppose both of them. So does that makes me a communal person or an anti-national? No. I have my own views on the present politics. I will never subscribe or I will never capitulate or be browbeaten by these two national parties because I hardly see any difference between them. Why? There are only one national party in India. One is BJP, other is 1.5 BJP.
But how confident are you that KCR will not go with the NDA? And if he does, then what happens to the alliance you have here?
Madam, in last 5 years, despite having 11 or 12 MPs, did KCR join BJP? No. He fought with BJP and through his political statesmanship and sagacity, we got our separate high court. That in itself is a huge credit to KCR's political sagacity. In last assembly elections, BJP lost 100 assembly seats out of 119. And let me share a secret with you. During assembly elections, it was BJP who was sponsoring Congress candidates in Telangana.
Why are you making that allegation?
I am not making that allegation. It's not allegation. It's a fact. Because when BJP realized that they're not going to limit KCR to 50 seats, there was a plan B in place, and that was implemented, and huge resources and all sort of help was given by BJP to Congress midway through assembly elections, because the whole plan was to reduce KCR till 50.
To break regional parties.
Whatever it is, there was definitely a plan. I don't want to elaborate more. More will come out more in a few months. But this happened. So now who's playing this game? It is BJP and Congress who are playing this game in Telangana. But people of Telangana had more wisdom. They knew this game and they ensured that KCR wins 80 plus seats.
KT Ramarao told me yesterday that he believes the Congress and the BJP will not be forming governments. In fact, they will not be calling regional parties this time, but it will be a coalition of regional parties who will invite the BJP or the Congress to form the government at the center. What do you have to say?
Well, my opinion is different. I am of the opinion that the regional parties will play a very important role in the next government formation. And my earnest desire and hope and my dream is that a non-Congress, non-BJP government takes shape in the next government. It all depends on the regional parties. I'm sure are going to do well in Telangana, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, West Bengal, UP, Jharkhand. These are the places where regional parties will really do well. And post 23rd May, this would be a very good number to ensure that this sort of political formation takes place.
Thank you.